Now when we paint the eye, we need to try and create some really fine detail in there. The eye is naturally the place where people look when they look at an animal, a bird or a person. And so we want to try and give the eye really nice detail and really nice contrast as well. Now we're going to paint the eye. And the eye is definitely one of the most important parts of the painting. It's what draws your focus in. And often there's a really nice reflection in the eye, which kind of gives it a nice bit of contrast, a bit of pop. So we'll be using that reflection there, but we'll probably pump it up a bit, give it a bit more white in there. So the first thing to do is to just get this colour from around the outside. So we've got quite a dark blue, almost black. Now the actual rim around the eye is a lighter brown colour, but we're going to just paint up to the edge here, because we didn't take special care to do this when we were doing the base coat or the texture layer. And when we do that, we don't want to leave kind of a big edge, so we just brush that out, or we can just do brush strokes for texture there, so it's kind of blended into the area around it. Next we want to use a lighter brown, and it's quite grey. It's more of a grey brown, but that's the sort of colour there that I'm looking for. And all that's going to do is just give us a little bit more contrast between the actual eye and the area around it. And it's a really neutral colour as well, so it just kind of disappears. Now we have to realise that the black actually comes right into the eye here, so we don't want to have a ring around it. We just want to kind of have a little bit of brown here, and then a few little dots up here. Now we'll just use a little bit of the same brown, so it's not 100% white, but it's pretty light, and we're just going to paint in this area here. Now the highlight on the eye is a reflection of the environment that the bird is in. So usually it has kind of an expansive light area along the top. If you're painting a person, reflection in the eye is often a window or a square shape, and that's the reflection of the room or the place where they are. So we just put in that light tone, and we come back to our black. Now I've just mixed a little bit of water with the black, just so that it's a little bit finer. And just going to paint around here like this. We're just painting the black around the eye. And now we just want to just go around and just work a bit back into the brown, the ring around the eye, because we actually, it's not really a solid ring, it's more just a kind of an impression of the texture and the shape around it. So you can see how that's looking now. We just brush the black out so that it's not around this part, so that it's not a, it doesn't have a break in there. And then what I like to do is just choose a couple of parts of the eye that you just want to pop. You want a nice contrast, just get a nice big blob of white, and then just drop a bit like that. Maybe that one and that one there. Like that. So you don't want the whole thing to be white, but It's just creating a couple of little highlights that will pick up on the light. Now I think, just looking back at the eye, I think it's probably a bit too light generally. So what I'm going to do is just get a little bit of black on my brush, a little bit of grey, and I'm just going to dry brush a little bit over top of here. Very lightly like that, and then come back in with just my white spot here. There we go. I think the shape looked a little bit too distinct before, but now it's looking more realistic.